red, red, yellow, yellow. So if you were to turn this piece like that, that would solve the whole cube. It is guaranteed that it's gonna solve your Rubik's Cube. Hello everyone, I am Tunor Soy, and today on this video I'm gonna teach you how to solve the 3x3 Rubik's Cube with the beginner's method. On this channel I've published a video about 5 years ago, but it was not in English. But this time I want to do it in English because I've been teaching most of my friends how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and I've been doing that in English, and I feel like I'm ready to publish a video in English too. And I hope you enjoy it, and if I make any mistakes, since it's my second language, I'm apologizing now, and if you want you can let me know my mistakes in the comments, and if you have anything that is unclear, just let me know and I'll try to get back to you. So before we start, I want to first teach you how to read the notations of the algorithms, because we're going to use algorithms for solving the Rubik's Cube with the beginner's method. And these are not scary actually. They may look like they're not intuitive, but actually when you get used to it, it just makes sense. First of all, I'm going to show you the letters and how they correspond to the Rubik's Cube. So first of all, we have front and from prime, which is counterclockwise. When I say counterclockwise, you have to imagine that there is a clock ticking, and then counterclockwise is the opposite direction. So when I say front, which is the face that is facing us, you have to just turn it clockwise because it doesn't have the prime mark. But if I say counterclockwise from prime, then you have to do this because the clock turns counterclockwise. And up goes like this, and counterclockwise up prime goes like that. Right and right prime. Left because there is a clock, and left prime. And down prime, D prime. And the back one is a little tricky, so you may need to turn the cube, do the move, and then turn back to your initial position. But after a while you will just get used to it. But the back and back prime goes like that, so back and back prime. Okay, these might be a little tricky right now, so if you feel uncomfortable, just go back to this section of the video and repeat them over and over again, and then you will have a better idea of how to apply the algorithms. So I'll just scramble the cube. You don't have to follow my scramble, this is just a random one, and you will not have the same case as I do, because I don't want to teach that way. I will like you to put your thinking into it and learn the logic instead of just repeating what I do. So first of all, I want to tell you about the layer by layer method. So the first step of this method is just building a white cross around the white center. This is the centerpiece. We have 6 centerpieces and they don't move anywhere else. Like if this is the centerpiece, this has to stay in the center. It can't be a corner or edge piece because of the mechanism of the cube. And other than that, all the time the centerpieces are relatively to each other, they're attached because the corner of the cube doesn't allow them to go anywhere else. For example, if I have a white center piece, the opposite color is always yellow. The similar colors are placed opposite in regard to each other. And green is blue and orange is red. This may differ from your cube to mine, but the official or the most common color scheme is that way. So to build a white cross, you have to think about 2 stuff. You have to consider 2 main important things. First, the center color of the cube must match the edge piece. For example, I have this green and white edge here, and this can go match with my white center just like that. So we are trying to build the white cross. Okay, this is the first. Don't worry about the corner, just disregard it. So we have the first edge done, but we have to also consider, like, be careful about the colors of the edge piece. So if it was built like that, this is a wrong cross building. But then I can like match it with green center. So this is correct. Now, from this point on, we will not turn this anymore because we already fixed it with green center. So I will just solve the rest of the cross relative to this one. To give another example, I have this beautiful red and white center. I can just turn it and it doesn't affect the green and white, which was already solved. And that solves the red cross piece. Then I have a look around the cube and I found that there is this orange and white edge piece. And this edge piece have to go here because I can see that the orange and white are meeting each other in here. So what I can do is I have to put this up here without messing up these two pieces, right? So I can actually do two things. First of all, I can put this edge in the down layer of the cube, because in this way I'm not gonna turn the upper layer of the cube, which would result in messing up these pieces. So when it's on the down layer, but like not under the cube, but facing us, I can basically do like put it on the right, put down the hole that is our destination, put it back, and put the hole back up. So this will solve the edge without messing up these other pieces. Another example to give is this one, which is our last cross piece. To solve this cross piece, I can basically turn it like that because it's right under the hole. Like I'm putting it under the hole, matching with blue, and then turning it right up. It is easy, but sometimes it may be difficult to see. To overcome this issue, you can think of a line striking, like passing through the cube, or a pencil, whatever, and this should be like right under the hole. If you hold it like that, you can see that if it was like there was a hole here, you could see the destination right here. Like now it is not like that, but when I turn it that way, I can just do an R2 move or front 2 move, and that solves the cross. I want to do one more example solve for the cross because this is the most essential part in my opinion. So I have this case now, which I can see that one piece of my cross is done, but in a different color. So first things first, I want to match it with red. After that point, I will just think about the other pieces in accordance with this already solved edge piece. So I have this blue and white, which should go here because blue and white are sharing this piece in common. So what I can do is I can actually put it on the down layer as I did before and put it under the hole and then do this movement just like the previous case, but instead I want to do something different. Since it's on the right face of the cube, I can put this piece up here without messing this in a different way. First of all, I will kind of scramble this one, but then I will fix it back. How do I do that? You put this right under the the destination. You put it up, and then you turn it back to fix the red and white edge. It is not like, it is a bit counterintuitive at the beginning, but when you get used to it, it will just be your reality. And now we have this orange and white. You just fix it like that because it's an easy case. And the last one is a little tricky. How do I turn it here without messing up all these pieces? You can do the same method that I just showed you, which is keeping this on the right side, putting it under the hole of destination, putting it up, and then fixing the unsolved cross, which then results in a perfectly solved cross. So these are some of the examples. I can show you one last one because if you're not able to solve some cases here, then you will have problems in the future for sure. So here I don't have any colors to take as a reference point, So I'll just put one of the edge pieces into my cross and then match it with its color of center. Then from this point, I will just solve the rest of the the edge pieces, which first one that I see is this white and blue. I just put it near the white and blue and then fix it because like they are opposite colors and they have to be like that. And this one is a red and white. I put it under the red center and then turn it to its destination. And the last piece is this one, which should go here because of the orange and white, and it is on my right face of the cube. So I can just turn up to put it under my hole of destination and then turn it right and then solve the cross like that. Or even if it was on your left, let's say, you could still put it up here by this time putting the hole on your left, because like the white sticker that is facing you is on your left. Like this might look like this, the white sticker is on your right, but actually it should be facing you. So when you face the piece, then you have to consider which side it is. It's on the left side, so I will just put the hole on my left, put it up and put it back. Like it may seem a little confusing for some of you and really easy for some others, but I just wanted to show you all the possible cases before we move on to the other steps. Okay, after solving our cross with respect to the colors of the centers, we can move on to the next step, which is solving the corners of the cube, paying attention to the colors of the corners. To do so, I will just pick one white corner, which is white, red, and blue in this case, and then put it under the hole that I want to put it in, because look, red, blue, and white coincides here, so red, blue, and white should go right here, you know? So I put the sticker facing me, and then if it's on the right side, I'll just move it to the left, which is a safer place, because now I'll be moving this hole down. This shouldn't be affected with this movement. So when it's on my left side, I just put the hole down, put the piece right inside the hole, and then put it back up, which will not affect any of the previously solved pieces. So this solves our first corner. And for this one, it is a similar case, but this time the white, green, and red corners attached to the corner of its destination. We have to rescue this piece first, which is done by moving it down, rescuing it anywhere we want, but in this case I want to rescue it on my left, and then put it back up. And then now I have this white sticker facing me, and it's under the hole, so it's on my left. So this time I will turn it to the right because I want to keep it in a safe place, and then turn the left side down, and this goes back into its place, and we solve the corner again. Another case I want to show you is when the piece we're looking for is on the down layer, which is the opposite layer of the cross we are solving. When this happens, you have to first of all think of a line going through these pieces again and put the white sticker right under the hole of destination, and then look, orange, white, and green, orange, white, and green. So this should go here. So when this happens, just hold the cube like that, thumb on the destination, and your index finger is on the white sticker, and just do this movement. 1 down, 2, and then put this back up. So now we rescued this piece, and we can put it under the hole of destination again. And now it's on the left side, so I will save it on my right and then do the regular movements. And the last case we have is here. I have to rescue it first because it was attached, and then put it under the hole, and then look at the sticker. It's on my left side, so I have to save it on my right, and then solve the first face of the cube while solving the first layer. Voila. So I will do one more example solve for this, just to clear out some of the misunderstandings. So first I will do my cross pieces like that, and this one should match with the green, so here, and this is on my right side, so I match it with my red one. And now I want to do the corners. Look, here I have another case that I didn't show you before. So if this happens, which the corner looks like it's in the right place, but actually the colors are not matching, so you have to just take it out of here while by rescuing it, and then put it under the hole of destination and just put it back up. And then this one is on the down layer, so I'll just put it under the destination, do this movement, and then put it here. And this one is on my left, so I put it on the right. As you can see, it's pretty repetitive, like I'm not doing so many different things. If it's on my right, I just put it on the left and then do this move, and it solves my first layer. Okay, I think we can move on to the second layer, where we will deal with some algorithms from this point on. So if you don't remember the notations, you can go back to the first minute of the video and watch that again. To solve the second layer, we are going to use two basic algorithms. Okay, first things first, we have to find one edge piece that is not including any yellow, because yellow is the opposite color of white, and we will deal with the yellow pieces in the last step, in the last layer of the cube. So this one has a yellow piece, this one does not have a yellow piece. So for example, if I found this here, I have to look at the piece that is facing me, not the one on the up layer, the one on the front. And since it is orange, I want to match it with orange, okay? When it's matched with orange, now I will look at the top color, which is green in this case, and then look at my right side. If it's green or not, it's not. It is blue. So I have to look at my left and find the green side. By green side, I mean the green center and green first layer. Okay, if it's on my left, I will just basically apply the left algorithm, which goes like this. Okay, since after applying this algorithm, you can see that the first pair, the first slot of the second layer is solved. And we're moving on to the other piece. Here it has a yellow, so I'll just disregard it, and this has a yellow, this has a yellow. The only piece that doesn't have a yellow is this one. So I will just match it with the blue center, and then look at the piece, if it should go left or right. Since it is on the left, like the orange piece on the left, I'll just apply the left algorithm once again. Okay, this solves our second layer piece. And here I have a green that is already matching with the green center. So I'll just look at the top color, which is red. It's on my left again by our chance. So I'll do the left algorithm really fast, but you can just like, you have to take notes for the algorithms, by the way, because we will go back to them every time we solve, and over time you will memorize it not by heart, but actually it's done by muscle memory, so you don't have to actually remember the letters and the symbols, but you can just repeat the algorithms many times and you will just learn them as muscle memory. So in this case, I don't have any pieces on the top layer that doesn't have any yellow, so it seems like my second layer is solved, but actually it's not. One piece is flipped, one edge piece should be flipped to solve it completely. To do so, we have to first find a random edge piece to go in here, which will kick this out of its location. So I'll just, for example, pick this, and I want to put it on the right side, so I'll apply the right algorithm. And now it's here, and this kicked out this edge piece that doesn't have any yellow in it. So now I'll just match it with blue, because it's of the center color, and then look at the top sticker, which is red, and look at my side. The right side has the red color, so I'll this time apply the right algorithm. Here we go. Second layer is solved without any problems. So just to clear out, I will do one more example, so really fast, until the second layer. Okay, the first cross piece is already done. I will match it with the orange, then green goes up here, and this blue can go here, just like that. But before doing so, I will just fix the red one, and then blue up here, and solving the orange. So first cross is done. Now this piece should be rescued. Okay, I rescued it, and then I put it in its destination, and this should be here. So I just save it from the down layer, I put it back, and this should be rescued as well. So I just save it and then put it back, which also solves a beautiful F12 piece, but don't worry about it now. You will rewatch it and you will understand in a few years. And then this solves the last one. So I flip the cube and then start looking for the colors, the piece that doesn't have any yellow in it on the top layer. So this is matching with the blue, so I have to look at my right, which is red, and do the red algorithm, right algorithm just like that. And this one should go to left. This is a great example. And now I'll match it with orange and look at my left. Okay, left algorithm. And seems like our second layer is done. So if you could do until this point, you almost solved the Rubik's Cube, because we have dealt with the hardest part of the solution. So congratulations, the ones who are able to do it. And if you couldn't, please don't worry, just send me a comment and I'll try to explain you with more clarity. Okay, for the last layer, we will do some more magic, which by magic I mean we will apply algorithms that solves the cube magically. But actually it's not magic, it's just when you get more experience you will understand how the algorithms work. But for now you don't have to do that because it may be a little too confusing for you. So to solve the last layer, we have to build a yellow cross on the top layer without messing up the rest of the layers. So for this, we will have three cases. The first one is the small j or L, whatever you call it, or you can have a solved cross already, or you can have a line just like that, or you can have a dot. Okay, let's start with the dot case because this is the rarest and the most disgusting one. So I would just want to get rid of that. First things first. Okay, to solve this case, you have to apply the J algorithm or line algorithm. I will just put them on the screen so you can pick one of them. The orientation of the cube doesn't matter because the dot is always a dot no matter how you hold it. So I'll just apply one of these algorithms, which will lead to a new case, which is line in this one. So when you see the line like that, three pieces aligned together like this, you have to turn the cube this way to make the line horizontal and then apply the line algorithm, which will solve the cross. But you may not have a line, you may have a L or J like that. Don't worry about the corner, like don't think about it, just think about the edges and the center, just like we did for building our white cross. So when you have a J like that, you have to apply the J algorithm, which is actually really short and basic. So if we are done with the cross without touching the rest of the cube, we can move on to another step, which is solving the edge pieces according to the center pieces. Here you can see one solved edge, but we want to find two of them to proceed with the algorithms. So to do that, you have to turn the cube randomly like this, turn the up layer, until you find two edges that are matching with the center pieces. And now we should have two. In case you don't have any matching edges like these two, they should be like, first one should be on the front and the other one should be on the right side of the cube. If they're on the front and on the back, it doesn't work. And if you don't have any of these, like if all the time you try, you only find one edge piece that is matching with the centers, then you have to apply the algorithm that I'm about to show you, holding the cube in a random state, like anywhere you want. But if you have this case, which one solved corner is one solved edge is on the right and one solved edge is on the back, just like that, you have to apply this algorithm. When you apply it, as you can see, all the edges are solved according to their centerpieces. Okay, you could have a case like that in which you have one red solved and one orange solved, but they're not attached, like they're not side by side, but they're across each other. Or when you try to turn the cube randomly to find other matching edges, you find this one, but this time also the green is on the across. So you have to just apply the algorithm once again in a random state, and then you will find two pieces that are matching, which are adjacent to each other. So then you hold one solved on the right and one solved on the back, just like these two, and then apply the algorithm. Okay, if we are here, we can move on to the other level, which is solving the corners, but just orienting them. We will do the permutations in the last step. For the orientation of the last pieces, you have to find one solved corner. By solved, I'm looking for this type of sheen, color scheme. So blue, blue, red, red, yellow, yellow. So if you were to turn this piece like that, that would solve the whole cube. But you cannot turn the piece just like that in a competition, official one. So you have to learn the way to do it without turning the piece manually like this. For example, in this case, you cannot turn it and it won't solve it. So this is not a solved corner, and this is not a solved corner. Even if it was on the top layer yellow, as you can see, the colors are not matching. But the only solved corner we have is this one. So when you have a solved corner, you put it on your right front side, like just like that, and apply this algorithm. When you apply it, just have a look around and see if the corners are matching. So this is matching, this is matching, as you can see. When you turn it, it would solve the cube. This is matching, as you can see. Don't turn the corners, because if you turn it and if you just leave it like that, you will never be able to solve the cube, because it just damages the overall state of the cube. So when you find all the corners matching with the colors, we can move on to the last step of our solution. But we could have some unlucky cases also in this one. For example, you could have a case just like that, in which you don't have any corners that are matching with the colors of the centers. So even if you turn all these, that wouldn't solve the cube, and you don't find any solved corners. In this case, you just apply the same algorithm once, and then you will find at least one corner that is matching. So keep it on the front and right and apply the algorithm again, and that will just solve the rest of the corners. If you don't see these corners solved, and if you still have one solved corner, you just apply the algorithm once again until everything is solved. Because this algorithm basically keeps this corner in place and then shuffles the rest until you get the right combination. Okay, for the last step, which is my favorite one, you will not use algorithms. Like, you could actually use algorithms, but I prefer teaching it without algorithms because it's more fun, more fast, and you will learn it faster this way. Okay, to solve this last step, we will only move this, and this sides of the cube. So first of all, just hold the yellow cross on the top and the white on bottom as always, and then do this: down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close. As you can see, the yellow is now solved. Don't worry if the cube looks like it's shuffled, it is scrambled. When it is solved, just turn the up layer, not turn the whole cube. Just turn the up layer once until you find another unsolved corner. If this is solved, just turn it once again, but in this case it's not solved. So when it is here on your right side again, just do the same movements: down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close. You can see that it is solved, so I'm moving on to the other corner. Down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close. It is solved, and then move again, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, and this solves the whole Rubik's Cube just like that. If you want, I will just show you one more example for the last layer, because you may have some different cases. So here I have a line. I just solve it with the line algorithm, and then match it with match the edge pieces with the centers, and then apply this algorithm. And I'm so lucky that this solved all the corners, so I'm just gonna ignore that and show you another example. So here I have one solved corner. I keep it on the right and front and apply my algorithm. And this one, look, I applied it once and it didn't solve the rest of the corners, so I'll apply it once again, which will solve all the corners. And now I will just permutate and rotate these corners with the last step. Down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close. I'm just watching the yellow sticker. When it's solved, I just turn it with my left finger like that, and down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close, down, far, up, close. And this solves the Rubik's Cube just like that. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were able to solve it. If you couldn't, please just go back and watch it again, because this helps a lot. Like for me, my first time solving it took me maybe 5-10 times watching the same video over and over again. Don't get pissed. You may not be able to solve the last steps. Maybe you made some mistakes that you're overseen, but don't worry, it is possible. You will see in the comments that so many people solved the Rubik's Cube with this video, so it works 100%. I thought maybe hundreds of my friends this method in this way, so it is guaranteed that it's gonna solve your Rubik's Cube. But if you still have some questions, don't hesitate to send them on the comment section to me. And if you want to see other tutorials, like for example Megaminx, this is crazy looking beautiful beast, or other stuff like 2x2 4x4 Pyraminx cube, whatever you want, just let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more of this content, don't forget to subscribe and show me your love by liking the video and whatever. So if you want to follow my socials, they're down below. And if you want to participate in a Rubik's Cube competition, you can do that by going to worldcubeassociation.com, and you will find the Rubik's Cube competitions closer to your location. And to learn to solve the Rubik's Cube faster, like because the method that I showed you can take you to a point of solving the cube maybe in 30 seconds at most, and to get more faster than that, you have to learn other methods, which are F2L, Friedrich method, CFOP, and things like that. So if you want me to teach you all these methods, because I know all of them, I've been cubing since 2014, and I've participated in many competitions. So I am like not professional, but I'm not a beginner anymore. I am intermediate, I would say. So look, for example, I would just give you an example solve on this one. That was not the best solve I did before, but as you can see, it was under 15 seconds. So you can do that too if you follow my tutorials. Subscribe for the rest, and see you next time.